Hello, welcome back to Baldwin Wallace University.com for a little Wednesday night basketball action here at Baldwin Wallace. February 5th, or in the month of February. And today we have Baldwin Wallace taking on Heidelberg, an OAC matchup. As we go over the starting lineups, let's take a look at the standings in the OAC conference. At the top, Mount Union 10-2 in the conference, and just below them in a two-way tie for second, John Carroll and Heidelberg, both 9-3. And then we go all the way down towards the bottom of this conference is where Baldwin Wallace sits at 4-8. They're in a four-way tie with Marietta, Ohio Northern, and Capital. All of those teams 4-8. Baldwin Wallace late into the season, they're going to have to make a pretty big run to give themselves a shot at making this OAC playoff tournament. And again, that's going to probably start with winning this game today against this powerhouse that has been Heidelberg this year. They got the transfer from Teal, Elijah Harden. We'll talk a little bit more about him in a little bit. But if you're Baldwin Wallace and you're a Yellow Jackets fan, you're going to pray this team tonight shuts down Elijah Harden, who's averaging just under 16 points a game. And going over to that Baldwin Wallace side of things as we go over to the starting lineup, it's going to be the usual five: Miles Reynolds, Titus Baskerville, A.J. Postello, Andrew Griffith, and the man, Ray Ellington, will round out the five for the Jackets. The five for Heidelberg: Elijah Harden, Markel Johnson, Nichols, Manny Hill, Zane Lightwine, and Eric Panning. That's the five for Heidelberg. Both fives haven't really changed much. Baldwin Wallace played around with theirs a little bit in the beginning of the year, but again, now that you're in conference play deep, getting closer and closer to March, to the end of that season, you find a lineup, you stick with it, and you roll with it. It'll be Eric Panning jumping for Heidelberg. And we'll wait to see who comes into the middle here for the Jackets. And actually, we're going to have a slight change. It'll be Postello to jump with Panning. It's not going to be Griffith. They're going to start Hamilton. Sometimes those two are the only ones that'll switch around. 7 o'clock basketball. Baldwin Wallace taking on Heidelberg. It'll be Postello and Panning to tip it off. And let's have some fun. Here we go. Tip is won by Heidelberg into the hands. They go right away to Johnson Nichols. And they'll go to Harden to set up the offense at the top of the key. Here's Harden. Over to Hill. Hill will drive. Right-handed layup, kicks, corner three. No good. Rebound goes to Ellington. That was Lightwine on the shot. Ellington with it now, takes it down the right wing. Step back. Shot just inside the three-point line. No good. Rebound goes to Postello. He's down low, one-on-one with Panning. Layup, no good. Royals out. And it'll be rebounded by Hill. Hill with it now. Slows things down. Harden thought about the left wing three. Ball's thrown away. Reynolds is able to get it. One-on-one fast break. Miles Reynolds, layup good. Baldwin Wallace strikes first. It's 2-0. 2-0 in favor of the Jackets. Hamilton will kick it out of bounds to slow things down. It was Hill looking for Harden on the right wing. He saw it, used the foot. Out of bounds, will remain with Heidelberg. 2-0 again. This is a 9-3 team in Heidelberg in conference play going up against this 4-8 Baldwin Wallace team. Hill with it at the top of the key. Swings to Lightwine. Now to Harden, down low. Panning, layup, good. Postello was there, but just couldn't do enough. Eric Panning gets the Heidelberg team started. It's 2-2. Baskerville with it. Top key looking for Ellington. It wasn't there. He'll keep it. Baskerville behind the back. Layup. Floater. Good. Beautiful move from Titus Baskerville. He gets himself going, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Nichols with it. Over to Harden. Harden driving. Baskerville tightly on him, trying to spin around him. Harden still going, throws up a little one-handed hook, and that'll drop, and Elijah Harden's on the board for his first two of the night. It's 4-4. 18-10 to go in this first half. Baskerville with it. Trying to go to Postello down low. It's not there. The no-look pass to Brayden Hamilton in the left wing corner. Bang! Brayden Hamilton going. He's got 3, and it came from a no-look pass from Titus Baskerville. Boy, was that pretty. 7-4, under 18 to go in the first half. Hill, stop, pop, no good. Rebound goes to Ellington. 17:45 left in this first half. Reynolds with it. Driving, looking, Postello, left him open, free dunk. A.J. Postello, he's on the board. It's 9-4, and that's an easy early timeout for Heidelberg. What a great way to start off this basketball game if you're a Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. 9-4. Let's take a look at Elijah Harden. He's averaging 15.9. I mentioned just under 16. It's not far off. Only has 19 turnovers on the year. Out of the starters, that's good for the least amount. And shooting for 3-point percentage, he's 40% for 3, 82 from the line, and 47% from the field. Elijah Harden was at Teal. Now, I would have done my research, but I used to go to Waysburg University. I graduated from there, and that is the PAC conference where Teal plays in. And I've seen Elijah Harden play 1 or 2 times already myself, and the numbers don't lie. The kid is legit. They're going to have to shut him down today. They've held him to 2 just early on in these first 2.5 minutes, but they're going to have to keep that going. Let's take a look at the man on this Baldwin Wallace team, averaging 15.6. It's Ray Ellington, shooting 34% from 3, 80% from the line, and 43% from the field. He's been their guy all year long. The only problem is when he's not going, the rest of the team falls into a sort of slump. But it's good to see signs of life early from this Baldwin Wallace team. Again, if you want to make a shot at the playoffs, you're going to have to make a run very, very quickly. Let's take a look at the Baldwin Wallace schedule. They were on a 5-game losing skid to Mount Union, Marietta, John Carroll, and Otterbein, and then Ohio Northern. Saturday, they just got their first win other than that 5-game losing streak to Muskingum. They beat them 71-59. But again, you play Heidelberg today, then you've got a tough finish. John Carroll's in there, Mount Union's in there again, and that's a home game for Mount Union. We're back to action, 9-4 first half, 17:30 to go. It's Hill with it. Nichols with it. Now down low to Panning. Layup, right-handed, no good. Great defense from A.J. Postello. 17-20, Reynolds. Hamilton with it now on the right wing. Looking down low for Ellington, nothing's there. They'll reset to Postello. Postello with it. Trying to drive on Panning, gets stopped. Has to get rid of it. Baskerville with it now. Still with it on the left wing. Spin move. Shot, no. Ellington, right wing 3. He's open. Bang! Ray Ellington, welcome to the game. He's got 3, and it's a 12-4 ball game in favor of Baldwin Wallace. 16:50 to go in the first half. We'll get our first sub of the game from Heidelberg checking in here in a minute. Harden with it. Nichols in the corner. They go to Hill. Travel in the corner by Manny Hill, and another turnover, and it's Yellow Jacket basketball. Kevin Reynolds Jr. checking in alongside Jaden Guerra Howard, the 2 checking in for Heidelberg. Hill and Nichols will sit. No subs yet for Baldwin Wallace. This 5 for them has been strong for the first 3.5, I will say. 12-4, Baskerville with it. Off to Reynolds. Reynolds down low. Postello has a little man on him. Big block from Eric Panning down low. Ball almost goes into the hands of Hamilton. It'll remain with Heidelberg. Howard with it. Falls, got rid of it, and then it falls right into the hands of Baskerville. They've got numbers. It's a 5-on-3. Ellington, another wide open right wing 3. Good! Ray Ellington's got 6, and it's a 15-4 ball game. Guerra Howard with it will slow things down now, try to get something going for this Heidelberg team. They go to Harden. Now over to Reynolds Jr. Back to Harden, left wing, falls. They'll call a foul. It'll be a blocking foul on Baskerville. He's upset with it. Nonetheless, that'll be our first foul of the game. It'll go against Titus Baskerville. 15-4, 15:49 to go. Inbound comes from Lightwine. They go to Howard. Down low, Panning. Handoff goes to Harden. Free throw line, nothing. Step back, cross. Good. Elijah Harden, he's got 4. A pretty move from him, and it's 15-6 still in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Baskerville with it. Still no changes in this first 4.5 minutes for the Yellow Jackets. Baskerville, corner, Reynolds. Good. Miles Reynolds, he's got 5, and the Jackets are 4 for 4 from the three-point line. It's 18-6 with 15:10 to go in the first half. Reynolds Jr. with a down low to Panning. He's got Postello closely on him, nothing there. He's got to go out, and he'll pass it out to Harden on the right wing. They leave him, layup, good. Elijah Harden, he's up to 6, and it's an 18-8 game. Jackets by 10. We'll see our first sub getting ready to check in for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Isaac Richardson. Baskerville with it. Baskerville, corner, Reynolds, had some space, thought about it, will take it. Good! Miles Reynolds, he's got 8, and the Jackets are 5 for 5 from downtown. It's 21-8 with 14:30 to go in the first half. Reynolds with it, into the corner to Howard. He's got Baskerville closely on him. Trying to back him down low. Panning, ball stripped, Jacket ball. Here comes Baskerville. Trying to go fast, they get it to Hamilton. Hamilton, pull up 3, that's the first one that's missed for the night. Here comes Howard, 21-8, 14:04 to go. A little push from Howard, corner Harden, he'll drive and we'll reset. Now back into the paint to work. Corner, Lightwine, 3, good. Zane Lightwine, he finally gets on the board. That's the third score for this Heidelberg team. 6 from Harden, 2 from Panning, and now a 3 from Lightwine makes it a 21-11 game. Baskerville with it. Trying to look down low to Postello. Baskerville just throws up a little floater. Rebound almost by Postello. It falls into the hands of Eric Panning. Down low quick to Reynolds. Wing, 3-ball, Lightwine, no good. Rebound goes to Ellington. Looks like he got pushed. It'll fall into the hands of the Heidelberg team, and it goes right back into the hands of Reynolds. The Knights cough it up, and it's a 10-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Baskerville slowly calling out plays. 13-15 to go in this first half. Baskerville to Reynolds at the top of the key. Screen comes from Ellington. He'll disregard. Reynolds, stop, fade, shot, good. 10 early points from Miles Reynolds, and it's a 23-11 game with 13 minutes left in this first half. Guerra Howard with it. We'll get 3 subs from Heidelberg, 2 from Baldwin Wallace here at this next stoppage. Howard with it. Screen comes from Panning. Kick to Lightwine down low. Now they go down low to Panning. Hook, float, shot no good, but we'll get a foul on the play. It'll go against number 11, A.J. Postello. That'll be the second foul against Baldwin Wallace. We'll see McClarty getting ready to check in alongside Isaac Richardson. First free throw, no good for Eric Panning. Brady Bosma will check in for Heidelberg. We'll wait to see what the other two was. Panning makes his free throw, and he's 1 for 2. It's 23-12. And in comes number 22, Drew Panning. Here come the Jackets. McClarty, Ellington, left wing 3. He's 2 for 2, misses that one. Rebound goes into the hands of Hamilton, and out to McClarty now. Baskerville will reset. Baskerville looking, corner. Hamilton had space, thought about it, will drive now. Off the foot, goes into the hands of McClarty. Hamilton's left on the right wing. He'll shoot this one from the deep. No good. Rebound goes into the hands of Heidelberg. Here comes Howard now with it. He's got Reynolds to his right, and he'll hold on to it. Down low, corner, 3. No good. Rebound goes to McClarty. Here comes Baskerville with it. Richardson falls down, regains his step. They go to Hamilton in the corner. 23-12, under 12 to go. Hamilton lost it. It would have been backcourt. He had to throw it away. Comes into the hands of Howard, And Howard is tripped up by McClarty. That'll be the third team foul against the Yellow Jackets. We'll get 2 more subs. It'll be Manny Hill checking back in alongside Johnson Nichols. And we'll get a Yellow Jacket sub as well. It'll be Andrew Griffith. He'll check in for Braden Hamilton. 23-12, 11:47 to go. Inbound goes. It was a little alley-oop. No one sees it. It goes into the hands of Manny Hill. And now they'll go down low to Johnson Nichols. He'll reset now. Trying to work on Andrew Griffith. Ball's tipped into the hands of Ellington. Saves it before it goes out of bounds and into the hands of the freshman Braden McClarty, who gives it right back to Ray Ellington. 11:30 in the first half. Ellington driving. Layup. Right-handed. Good. Ray Ellington, a little 1-2 step. He's got 8, and it's a 25-12 ball game with 11:20 to go in this first half. Johnson Nichols trying to work on the freshman down low and gets it to go. He's on the board for his first 2 points of the game. 25-14, an 11-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. It's McClarty with it. Chris Cross gets him to stumble. McClarty layup, no good. He's blocked from behind. He got Brady Bosma to stumble just a little bit, and Baskerville will check out for Miles Reynolds. McCarty's had some big moments this year. Almost was able to ignite the comeback versus Pitt Greensburg back on December 31st. He had 15 points, 5 threes. Looking for a big game from here today. Inbound goes to Ellington. Under 11 on the first half shot clock. Ellington trying to work on Bosma. Step back 3 on the left wing. Good. Ray Ellington, he's got 11. That's his 3rd 3 of the night. And it's a 28-14 game in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Hill with it. Corner to Bosma. Now down low to Panning. Panning trying to go to work on Griffith. Layup. No good. They're called a foul. And will it be on the shot? We'll wait to see. It will go on Andrew Griffith, his first, and it was on the shot. So Eric Panning will head back to the line. He's 1 for 2 today. Panning misses his first one there, shooting 74% from the line. And that's not bad. It's not a bad number for your starting big man. 28-14, 14-point lead. Second free throw is up and good. Panning's got 4. He's 2 for 4 from the line. Inbound goes to Reynolds. We'll see a little press coming in from the Knights. Across goes to Ellington. 28-15, 10:23 to go in this first half. Ellington with it. The man driving left, stops, fade, spin. Good, Ray Ellington. Have yourself a first half. He's got 13 points, and it's a 15-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. 30-15 with 10 minutes left in the first half. Corner, Bosma, no good, nothing. Reynolds has it now. He'll go across the timeline. Under 10 to go in this first half. Reynolds behind the back, crisscross. Corner, McClarty, they go down low to Richardson. No, they'll wait. McClarty with Bosma on him. They'll reset to Reynolds. Reynolds still calling out plays. Reynolds behind the back. Spin. Got the defender to drop. Layup, no good, no foul. He's down on the left side of the court. It's a 5-on-4. Hill drives. Layup, no good. Rebound goes to Ellington. Reynolds is still down, and we'll get a pause in time. Reynolds looks like he's grabbing his face. He went up for that layup. He goes behind the back spin, got the defender to stumble, and it looked like he may have gotten hit on the way up, and he's still grabbing his face. Again, we'll go back over this OAC standings as we get closer to March. Again, at the top, Mount Union, they're 10-2. Last time they were here, it was a 30-point loss for the Jackets. Again, they'll have to play Mount Union. The Jackets will have to play Mount Union again towards the end of the year. So, again, you're going to have to go on quite a great run if you're a Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket. Right below Mount Union is John Carroll at 9-3 and Heidelberg at 9-3. So, if Baldwin Wallace can somehow pull off this upset as Reynolds is up, it would shake up that top of the conference. Just below Heidelberg is Muskingum, who was 8-4, who the Yellow Jackets just beat. So you just beat a nice, good Muskingum team in the conference, and now you're already playing well, up 15 against the team just above Muskingum, who's 9-3 in the conference. Reynolds will take a seat. Baskerville will check in. You got to hope that Reynolds is all right. He started off hot, 10 early points. Him and Ellington are combined for 23 of the 30 early Yellow Jackets first half points. Just below Muskingum is Otterbein at 5-7 in the conference. And again, then there's that 4-team stretch of 4 and 8 teams. Marietta, Ohio Northern, Baldwin Wallace, and Capital. Just below Capital, Wilmington is 3-9. Back to the action, 9:30 to go in the first half. It's Baskerville across the timeline with it. Screen comes from Richardson, they'll switch it. Baskerville trying to work. Down low, layup, left-handed, no good, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot two. That foul will be, it'll go against Zane Lightwine. That'll be his first. Baskerville shooting 78% from the free throw line this year. First one just off the left iron. Baskerville's got two, had two early points. 30-15. Second one for Baskerville rolls in. So Baskerville's got three. And it's a 16-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. 31-15, 9-10 to go here in this first half. Nichols with it. Trying to look for Harden, they get it to him. He's got six. Down low to Panning. One-on-one. Panning, spin, fade. Good, beautiful shot from Eric Panning. He's got six. It's 31-17. 8:50 to go in the first half. Baskerville with it. Gets it across the half-court line. Being closely guarded by Manny Hill. Baskerville drives, kicks. Ellington thought about the three, got the defender in the air. Three ball again for Ray Ellington. He's got 16 points in 4 threes in the first half. It's 34-17. Baldwin Wallace. Harden with it. Driving on the freshman. Layup. Good. Elijah Harden, he's got 8. We'll get a timeout by Baldwin Wallace. But how about a start from Ray Ellington? He averages 15.6. He's got 16. And we have 8 minutes of first half action left. Minutes-wise, Ellington leads the team. He averages 34 minutes a game. And you've got to think, with him having the hot hand, you're playing a good Heidelberg team. He's not going to be sitting very much. And again, this is a must-win game for the Yellow Jackets, and they have come out to start this game, and they have looked like it's a must-win. We'll take a look at the history between these two teams. Baldwin Wallace, 19-13 all-time against the Knights. Last time they played was January 8th of this year. They only lost 92-81, and the story was really in the first half. The first half score was 48-34 Heidelberg. Baldwin Wallace outscored Heidelberg in the second half, 47-44. Again, looking like a completely different story here today, 34-19 for the Yellow Jackets as they have a huge lead. They are on a 3-game losing skid to this Heidelberg team, 2 from last year and 1 in the game already they played this year. They're 11-5 at home against this Knights basketball team. The 5 out there right now for this Yellow Jacket team: Richardson, Griffith, Hamilton, Baskerville, and Ray Ellington. As he just looks to this side of the court and smiles, he's having himself a night. 16 points, 4 threes. He's 4 for 5 from deep. We'll see a little bit of a press coming from Heidelberg, 34-19. 8:24 left. They get it into Baskerville. He's guarded closely by Johnson Nichols. Hamilton. Back to Baskerville. They get it across in time. Baskerville will slow things down now. The 2-3 zone from Heidelberg. Baskerville with it. Ellington, left wing, thought about it. Baskerville, Hamilton, right wing. Down low to Richardson. Down to Griffith. That ball's almost picked off. He grabs it on the ground. It looks like it'll be I believe it was a jump ball, possession arrow. No, I believe Yellow Jackets took a timeout, actually. So it was Richardson who got on the floor, or Griffith, who got on the floor, grabbed it, and was getting tangled up, but it looks like he called a timeout before anything else could get called off. So the Yellow Jackets save possession with a timeout. They're up 34-19 with under 8 to go in this first half. Let's take a look at the Heidelberg schedule after today. So obviously they play Baldwin Wallace today. Then they go away for 2 more games, Marietta, Ohio Northern. Then they're on a 2-game home stint, Mount Union and John Carroll, the 2 teams above them. And then they end with Wilmington. So they've got a mediocre schedule. You've got 2 somewhat easy games in Marietta and Ohio Northern. Then you got the top 2 in the conference. And then you end with Wilmington to end your season. 34-19. Inbound goes to Reynolds. He checked back in. They got it right into him. And it's 36-19. He looks okay. He gets right back on the board. He's got 12. Hill driving on Reynolds. Hill over to Panning. Panning at the top of the key. Off to Harden. Screen comes from Harden. Stop and pop at the free throw line. No good. Rebound goes off of the hands of Lightwine. Hits the backboard and out of bounds. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball. 36-19 with 7:33 to go in the first half. It'll be Hamilton to inbound. The press still coming from the Knights. Screen from Baskerville. They get it into Baskerville in the corner. Not a place you want to be. They get it out now. Hamilton to Baskerville. Got to get it across. A no-look pass again from Baskerville to Postello, and they get it across easily this time. Baskerville. Screen comes from Richardson. Gets some space. Layup. No. Pass to Postello. Reverse from Postello. No good. Here come the Knights. They've got numbers 5-on-4. Driving. Johnson-Nichols. Corner. Manny Hill thought about the 3. Passes it up. Lightwine on the right wing 3. No good off the front iron. Rebound goes to Johnson-Nichols. He's trying to go to work down low. They call the foul. Layup from Johnson-Nichols. No good. Richardson still has his arms in the air saying, I'm straight up on that. He won't get the call. He'll get the foul. And that'll be his first. So it'll be Johnson-Nichols at the line for 2. Johnson-Nichols on the year shooting 78% from the free throw line. First one for him. Good. Rolls in off the front iron. He's got 3. 36-20, a 16-point lead. Ellington set for, we'll say, 45 seconds, and he's already checking back in again. He's got that hot hand, 16 points. Him and Reynolds combined for 28 of the 36 first-half Yellow Jacket points. Second free throw from Johnson-Nichols is up and good. He's got 4, and the lead is cut back to 15. 36-21, Reynolds and Baskerville, the 2 in the backcourt, trying to get it across. They do. Baskerville with it. Over to Reynolds. Ellington at the free throw line. They get it to Reynolds on the left wing, driving. Doubled in the corner. They get it to Baskerville. Thought about the 3. He'll stop. Hamilton, Ellington. Hamilton at the key now. Back to Baskerville. Down low. Reynolds fade away shot at the buzzer, or at the line, no good. Into the hands of Johnson-Nichols. 36-21, 6:20 to go in the first half. Johnson-Nichols trying to work on Reynolds. Spin, fade, no good. Rebound goes to Panning, just throws it right back up and off in the front iron. It goes. Eric Panning, he leads the team with 8. He's tied, with Harden with 8. 36-23, 6:05 left in this first half. Baskerville with it. Baskerville drives, floater, no good. Rebound goes to Postello. Into the hands of Baskerville. Back into the hands of Lightwine, and the Knights come away with it. The Knights coming quick. Johnson-Nichols knows. Harden layup good. Timeout, Baldwin Wallace. The lead's been cut to 11. It's 36-25 with 5:48 left in this first half. And we'll get a sub from the Knights. We'll wait to see who it was. But again, a tough schedule for both teams, really. If you go deep in depth, looking at the rest of this Heidelberg team, they play Baldwin Wallace today. After that, they've got 5 games. They play against middle of the conference in Marietta. Then they play Ohio Northern, another team middle of the conference. Then you play the top team in Mount Union, the top team below them in John Carroll, and then you end with Wilmington at the bottom of the conference. And again, if you're Heidelberg, in terms of positioning, this is a game you'd like to win too, try to get ahead and become 10-3 in the conference. And then you take a look at Baldwin Wallace's record with the OAC record, and that's about the same thing. They've got just as hard as a schedule. They play Heidelberg today, then they play Capital near that bottom of the conference. Then they go and play John Carroll. That is away. The Wilmington game is home. That should be a win. And then they go away at Mount Union and away at Marietta. So 4 of their last 5 games left after today are away games. The last home game will be on February 15th against Wilmington. Again, that should be a game they win. Wilmington struggling in the conference this year. They're just 3-9. Elijah Harden's been the man for this Heidelberg team. He's got 10. Eric Panning trying to help out as well. He averages just under 16 points a game as well. He's got 8. But it's been Ray Ellington and Miles Reynolds combined for 28 of these 36 points. They haven't really scored, though, for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Baskerville with it now. Across the timeline he goes. Reynolds back to Baskerville. Now to Reynolds. Ellington, right wing. Corner, Hamilton had some space on the right wing. Boom! Braden Hamilton, he's got his second 3 of the game, and it's the 39-25 ball game. Markel Johnson-Nichols with it at the top of the key. Driving. Stops. Looked like a travel. They'll get away with it. Harden driving over Baskerville. Layup no good. Rebound goes to Braden Hamilton. Fighting down low is him and Harden. And the possession arrow is in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So a great fight from Braden Hamilton. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball. 39-25. 5:15 left in this first half. Only 4 scorers on this Heidelberg team. 10 from Harden, 8 from Panning, 4 from Johnson-Nichols, and a 3 from Zane Lightwine earlier in the game. It's Baskerville with it. Press lightened up across the timeline. 5 on the clock in this first half. Baskerville screen comes. We'll get a foul on the play. It's either going to go against Guerra Howard or Johnson-Nichols. It'll be against Guerra Howard. That'll be his first. Team's only second foul. Yellow Jackets are at 5 team fouls. Inbound goes to Baskerville. They go to Reynolds. Corner, Hamilton. Why not another 3? Good. Braden Hamilton, he's got 9, and that's his third 3. 42-25. Howard with it. Under 5 to go in the first half. Harden trying to go down low to Panning, nothing there. Howard thought about the 3 at the top of the key, will drive now on Postello. Kicks deep 3 from the left wing, no good. Rebound goes to Harden, back out to Johnson-Nichols. Down low, he's fighting Ellington, and Baskerville throws it up over Baskerville, and it falls. Johnson-Nichols has 6. It's 42-27 with 4:15 left in the first half. Riley Gossam, one of the check-ins for Heidelberg on that last stoppage. Baskerville behind the back, driving right-handed layup. No, he passes it. A beautiful behind-the-back pass to A.J. Postello. 44-27. This 5 is firing on all cylinders. Harden with it. Down low to Panning. Hamilton was there. Picked off by Reynolds. They saw in the corner it was Bossum. They couldn't get it to him. Reynolds almost picked. Still has it. Ball picked again. Falls into the hands of Gossam. It's Johnson-Nichols with it. And just throws it out of bounds. A silly turnover. No, they say, Heidelberg says it was tipped. The refs say otherwise. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball, 44-27 with 3:37 left to go. Up 17 points are the Yellow Jackets. Last time they played, lost by 10 to this Knights team. Baskerville driving, slowing down. Now one hook fade, good. Titus Baskerville, he's got 5, and it's a 19-point lead for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Guerra Howard with it now, over to Panning. Back to Howard. Waiting patiently, right-handed layup, no good. Rebound goes to Reynolds. And he'll slow things down. 3 minutes left on this first half clock. It's 46-27 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Baskerville. Baskerville still with it, trying to go to work. Baskerville on Gossam, still trying to go to work. Same thing as last time, left hook floater, no good. Rebound goes to the Knights. Corner, Garrett Howard fakes the 3, stepped out of bounds. Yellow Jacket basketball. 3 subs for this Heidelberg team. We'll see Manny Hill check in. We'll see who else. Number 32, Mason Wisniewski will check in as well. And no, it looks like they just subbed in 2. It was originally 3, they'll stick to 2. Reynolds with it. 2:20 left in this first half. 46-27 in favor of the Jackets. Screen comes from Costello. Reynolds doubled. They get it to Hamilton. It was tipped out of bounds by Gossam. It will remain with the Yellow Jackets. 13 on the shot clock. Baskerville with it. 10 on the shot clock. Got to go a little bit quicker than you have been. 5 on the shot clock. Baskerville, they're going to call an illegal screen on Ray Ellington. He knew as soon as he laid the hit. It'll be his first, team 6, so you're still finding the bonus one more, and the Knights will be in the 1-1. 2:05 left in this first half. Reynolds Jr. with it, now to Hardin. Over to Hill. He's been quiet. Hill, cornered. Reynolds Jr., 3, good. Kevin Reynolds Jr., that's his first points of the night, and it's a 46-30 game. 16-point lead for the Jackets. Reynolds with it. Closely guarded by Wisniewski. Ellington down low to Costello. Has Wisniewski on it. Costello will try to go to work on the left side. Spin, doubled, kick to Baskerville on the drive. Another kick to Costello. Costello, deep 2, good. A.J. Costello, he's got 6. It's a 48-30 game in favor of the Yellow Jackets. His foot was just on the line, so close. Hill with it. Corner, Hardin, stops, pops. Too much. Hamilton grabs the board. There's 1:10 left. It's a 48-30 game in favor of the Yellow Jackets. An 18-point lead. Last time at the half they played this Knights team, they were down 14 points. Baskerville. Down low, another beautiful pass to A.J. Costello. Baskerville has been everywhere. It's a 20-point lead, 50-30 with 50 seconds left. Baskerville has been an absolute magician tonight in this first half. Hardin with it now. Over to Hill. He's been quiet still. Wisniewski sets the screen. Hill with it. Looking for something. They overthrow it almost. Wisniewski, float, shot, no good. Tipped. Rebound goes to Reynolds. They'll get the last shot of the half. Up 20. Baskerville with it. Last time they played this Heidelberg team, they scored 34 first half points. They've scored 50 here in the first half. Baskerville just waiting. 10 seconds left on the clock. Baskerville drives. Pass to Costello. Guys there, gets tipped. It goes in the hands of Hardin. 2-1. Hardin to Hill before the buzzer. No, he didn't get it off in time anyways. And the Yellow Jackets, no, well, did he step out? He stepped out of bounds. 0.7 left on the clock, so on the Hardin to Hill pass, Hill was out of bounds. So if you're the Yellow Jackets, you just pass it in here. You need 0.3 to get a shot off. Reynolds in, shot off in time, no good. But a dominant first half performance from the Yellow Jackets. It's 50-30. The 4-8 conference Yellow Jacket team is up 20 on this Heidelberg team, who is 9-3. They're 13-6 overall. Baldwin Wallace 8-11. What a first half from this Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket team. 50-30, 20-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Don't go anywhere. We've got a whole nother 20 minutes of basketball, ladies and gentlemen, right here on BaldwinWallaceUniversity.com. Welcome back to BaldwinWallaceYellowJacket.com. Second half action about 45 seconds away. It's 50-30 here at the Lou Higgins Center. Lights out shooting. The lights are on here somehow, but lights out shooting is the only way to describe that first half from the Yellow Jackets from the field. 58%, 69% from three. They shot 9 for 13. Only went to the line once. They shot 50% there, but the key thing to focus on is that three-point percentage, shooting pretty much 70% in the first half. We'll take a look at the numbers on the side of the Knights. They shot 44%, 25 from three. They only went 2 from 8. The only three-pointers coming from Zane Lightwine and Kevin Reynolds Jr. 4 of those threes alone came from Lightwine. He's 1 for 4. Reynolds Jr. is 1 for 1. Garrett Howard's tried 1. Bosma's tried 1. And Gossam has tried 1. Over to the side of the Yellow Jackets, 3 for 5 from the three-point line. Braden Hamilton's got 9. Pastello's got 8 off of 4 beautiful passes from Baskerville. Every time Pastello scores, has come off a somehow pass that gets through from Titus Baskerville. Baskerville's got 5. And he already has 10 assists. 10 first-half assists from Baskerville. He was dishing the rock like he was Chris Paul. Miles Reynolds, he's got 12. He had that huge start. And Ray Ellington with 16. He's 4 for 5 from 3, 6 of 8 from the field. We're back. Second-half action. 50-30, 20-point lead. It's Hardin. Corner, Hill. He was quiet first half. Hill banking in off the left corner, and he's got 3. It's a 50-33 game. Reynolds with it. He had that hot start in the first half. Baskerville now to Ellington. He has 16 already. Ellington trying to go to work down low. Spin, fade, short. Rebound goes to Pastello. Fighting down low as Pastello, ball's in the air. Baskerville hustle, grabs it, and they'll get another shot at it. Wing, Hamilton left wing, too much. Rebound goes into the hands of Manny Hill. Johnson Nichols with it. He'll drive on Baskerville, falls. Almost lost his dribble, was somehow to keep it. Hardin, step back on Ellington, left wing, no good. Rebound goes off of the hands of Hamilton. It was the fight from Zane Lightwine that gets the Knights another shot. 20 on the shot clock, 19:02 left in the second half. It's 50-33. Hill the inbound. A dominant first half performance from the Yellow Jackets. Can they remain dominant here in the second half and pick up a much needed win and a big upset? They beat Muskingum on Saturday, and a win here against Heidelberg would be big. Hill, shot, good. 5 early first half points for Manny Hill. They're down 15 now are the Knights. It's Ellington with it. Ellington across the timeline. 18:36 left on the clock, excuse me. Ellington, screen comes from Pastello. Ellington driving, step back, no, still with it. Ellington, spin, dish, Pastello, spin, hook, no good. Rebound goes to Panning. Down low to Hardin, pass to Lightwine, his shot goes, and now 7 straight points. Cuts the lead to 13. Lightwine, he's got 5. It's Baskerville with it. Costello sets the screen. Baskerville still with it. Baskerville driving. Gets him in the air. Panning. Layup is short. Rebound goes to the hands of Panning. And here come the Knights. 50-37. Johnson Nichols on. Hamilton. Layup. Good. Timeout early from the Yellow Jackets. And a 9-point quick run. Just using up 2 minutes of the shot clock by the Heidelberg Knights. Johnson Nichols, he's up to 8. Hill with a quick 5. Lightwine had 1, and Johnson Nichols had 1, and just like that, the lead is cut to 11 again. We take a look at the last time these two teams played. Heidelberg was up at the end of the first half by 14, 48-34. Baldwin Wallace won the second half battle by 3, 47-44, but again, that first half killed them. Here today, they're up 50-30 at the end of the first half, and a quick 9-0 run by the Knights cuts it to 11. Still good if you're a Yellow Jacket, but again, you've got to keep the dominance performance from Saturday into the first half of today into the second half of today's game. And again, we looked over that schedule. You've got a tough schedule for Baldwin Wallace. A win here today would propel them to 5-8 and then they go on to play some tough opponents. Not towards the early part of the last 5 games, but towards the end is where they come into play. They play Capital, then the 2 tough games, John Carroll and Mount Union. Those are separated. They come home and face Wilmington before traveling to Mount Union. But again, also with those last 5 games other than today, 4 of them are away. You get one more chance at home against Wilmington. And that'll most likely be the last home game of the season. They need a miracle seed-wise to somehow grab that 4th seed. They'd have to definitely win out if they want a chance at the home seed in the playoffs. 50-39, 17:52 to go. Ellington inbound, got to get it in. They get it into Bustelo. Press coming from the Knights. It's Reynolds with it. He's across the timeline. 17:40 left in the second half. Up 11. They were up 20. They're on a 9-0 run, are the Knights. Reynolds with it. Over to Baskerville. Screen comes from Bustelo. Baskerville thought about the 3. They go to Ellington. Back to Baskerville. Baskerville, 5 on the shot clock. Ellington, corner 3, good. Remaining hot is Ray Ellington. He's up to 19. And, folks, that's his 5th 3 of the night. 53-39, a great shot. And it's a great sign to see that coming out from this 9-0 run. They stop it with a 3. Johnson-Nichols, corner. Baskerville almost picked it off. Harden on Hamilton, driving up Bustelo. Reverse layup, a tough layup from Elijah Harden. He's got 12, and it's 53-41 in favor of the Jackets. Under 17 to go in the second half. Baskerville, Bustelo, now to Reynolds. Top straightaway 3, bang! Miles Reynolds remains his hot hand going. He's got 15, that's his 3rd 3. 19 for Ellington, 15 for Reynolds, and it's a 56-41 game. Lead is back to 15. Harden down low to Panning, one-on-one with Bustelo. Panning, Dre up, good. Panning, he's got 10, second night to be in double figures. 56-43 with 16:20 to go in the second half. Baskerville with it. Driving, looking, still with it now. They go to Ellington. Why not another 3? Good! Ray Ellington. He's got 6 threes, and he's up to 22 points. It's 59-43. Harden, step back at the free throw line. No good. Short rebound goes into the hands of Panning. Stripped by Ellington. Back into the hands of Panning. Now fighting down low against Bustelo. Bustelo there. Panning just too strong. He's got 12. It's 59-45 with 15:45 left in the second half. Reynolds with it. Panning comes and picks him up. Reynolds picks up his dribble. Corner. Baskerville. What a beautiful pass. Wide open is Baskerville. 3 no good. Rebound goes to Bustelo. It's picked off by Hill. He thought he got fouled. Here come the Knights. Hill. 3-on-3. Now we're reset to Johnson-Nichols. He's working down low on Baskerville. Johnson-Nichols. Floater. No good. Rebound goes to Hill. Turnaround. Shot. Good. Manny Hill's up to 7, and the lead has been cut to just 10 points. No, 12, excuse me. They cut it to 11 off that 9-0 run. Here's Reynolds now. Reynolds driving, going to work, spin, fade, good. Miles Reynolds, he's got 17. Miles Reynolds and Ray Ellington are playing some of the best basketball I've seen all year. Driving, kicking, down low to Lightwine, layup, no good. Hit the rim, and they'll call a foul. Tom Heil does not like it. Foul will go against Miles Reynolds. That's only his first of the game. Lightwine will go to the line. He is shooting an all right percentage. How about 88? You'll take that from your guard. First one for Lightwine, good. He's up to 6. 61-48 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Isaac Richardson will check in for Bustelo, and McClarty will check in for Hamilton. They'll keep Baskerville and Reynolds on the floor. Second one coming from Lightwine. He's got 6 out of 3 in the first half. Misses the second free throw, so he'll remain with 6. 61-48, 13-point lead for the Jackets. Trying to stay ahead of this very good Heidelberg Knights team. And would be back-to-back huge wins in the conference. Baskerville with it. Down low to Richardson. One-on-one with Panning. Richardson blocked. Rebound, no. Grabs it right back, and they kick it to McClarty. Now to Ellington. 5 on the shot clock. Ellington's got to go. Ellington loses it. 3 on the shot clock. Step back. Right wing 3. Nothing. You just had to have assumed that was going to fall for Ray Ellington. He's missed 2 shots. That was just his 3rd one on the night. 61-48, a great defensive possession from Heidelberg. 14:20 left in the second half. Into the corner to Hardin, driving on Baskerville. Hardin now slowing things down a little bit. Baskerville almost stripped it. Baskerville out of bounds. They say it was off the hands of Baskerville, but a great fight down low with Hardin, who has 12. Again, he averages 15.9. One of the more higher scoring guards and players in this OAC conference. 61-48, 14-13 left. Inbound comes, almost had the 5 count. They get it into Hardin. Handoff goes to Johnson Nichols. Nichols driving. Richardson's there. Ball is just thrown out of bounds. They say it hits Richardson's body. So it will remain with the Knights. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. This is a great defensive possession here from Baldwin Wallace after just getting stopped on the other end by Heidelberg. Inbound comes from from Johnson Nichols. Hardin gets it. 5 on the shot clock. He's got to go spin just inside the free throw line. They let him have it. 14 points for Hardin. It's 61-50 with under 14 to go in the second half. Baskerville with it. Screen comes from Richardson. Baskerville trying to go to work on Panning. Baskerville looked like he had an opening and just moved the pivot step the pivot foot a little too much and gets called for the travel down low as tight as Baskerville. An 11-point lead. This is as least amount as has been for the Jackets. They cut it earlier to 11 on a 9-0 run. And now again, the Jackets up 11. Hardin with the top of the key. They got to keep Hardin from slowing down. He had 10 first half points. We'll get a blocked foul on McClarty. That'll be his first. Not a lot of fouls in this game. 8 total. And only 8 total for the Jackets, and 2 for this Knights team. 61-50, it's Hill with it. Looking for Lightwine down low. It wasn't there. They'll go back to Hill. Lightwine off the screen. There, Baskerville stripped away. That time it's off the hands of Panning, and it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball. A beautiful switch on the screen and a great defensive execution from the Yellow Jackets. Press still coming from the Knights. It's light, but it's there. 13:05, 61-50. Across the timeline is Reynolds. They go to Baskerville. Baskerville on the left wing. Trying to find Ellington. He's got 22 points. Down low, Lightwine solid. He picked it off. Baskerville and Hill one-on-one. Hill drives, layup. No good. Rebound goes to Panning. Ball is thrown out. Hardin's there. One of the 3. Cross arm McClarty. Down low to Panning. Huge dunk from Eric Panning. Throws it down with authority. He's got 6 second half points, and it's a 9-point game. This is the least it's been for Heidelberg. 61-52. 12:25 left in the second half. Reynolds. Cross court to McClarty. Over to Ellington, was picked off by Hardin. Here comes Hardin. No, Johnson Nichols with it now. Johnson Nichols, layup. No good, but he's fouled on the play. Reynolds fouled him, and Johnson Nichols will head to the line. That's his second. Johnson Nichols will head to the line. He's 2 for 2 today already. He had 2 free throws in the first half. 61-52, a chance to cut it to 7. Again, up 20 at the half. Where the Yellow Jackets, they'll check Braden Hamilton back in after this first free throw. Johnson Nichols, 2 for 2 at the free throw line today. Just rolls in. He's 3 for 3 now. He's at 9. Hardin and Panning are the 2 right now for this Knights team. They've got 28 combined. A free throw make here from Johnson Nichols will put him into double digits as well. He's got 9. 61-53. Second one is good. He's got 10, and the lead has been cut to just 7 points. 61-54. Baskerville with it. Looks confused, still with it now. Baskerville driving on Hill. Baskerville stops, kicks to Hamilton. Hamilton to McClarty. McClarty with it, the young freshman getting time in the second half. McClarty, step back 3 straight away. no good. Rebound goes to Hill. Not the shot you want to look for. It's 61-54. The Knights on another run. Johnson-Nichols with it. Thought about the three. Light wine, deep three, no good. Rebound goes to Ellington. A much-needed miss to slow down the tempo of this game. We'll get some subs here going to the scorer's table. Baskerville with it. Screen comes from Richardson. They'll get him on the foul. Maybe a little bit of acting coming from Hill. They'll get Richardson with the foul. Postello will check in for Baldwin Wallace. Richardson will come out. Guerrero Howard will check in alongside number 12, Riley Gossam. 61-56. It's a 5-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. They were up 20 at the half. 11:15 to go in the second half. Johnson-Nichols with it. Over to Harden. Harden, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Panning. Off of his leg. No, they say off the leg of Postello. It'll stay with the Knights. McCarty checks out. Andrew Griffith will check in. Drew Panning is also in the game for the Knights. Inbound goes to Panning. Off to Johnson-Nichols. It is 61-54. I was wondering now, a little bit of a switch on the scoreboard, so it's a 7-point deficit for the Knights. A basket unaccounted for. Harden now with it. Harden loses it. Hamilton saves it. A great hustle from Braden Hamilton to save him going out of bounds. 61-54, 10:40 left on the clock. Baskerville, Hamilton, corner, Griffith, three, no, in, rolls in and out, and back in. Andrew Griffith gets himself on the board. A much-needed basket. It's back up to a 10-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. 64-54, 10:25 left. Reynolds gets ready to check back in. The three stars have not sat much today. Guerrero Howard driving on Postello, hits a wall. Postello there, layup, good. Somehow gets it over the outstretched hands of Postello. That's his first 2 points of the night, and the lead has been cut to 8. Baskerville with it. 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Baskerville to Postello. Postello to Griffith. Wanted Ellington on the backdoor cut. He was open. It's Baskerville with it now. Baskerville to Ellington. No thought three from the right wing. No good. Rebound goes into the hands. No. The rebound goes into the hands of the Knights. The one official says it's off of Yellow Jackets. Then they change the call. From up here, it looked pretty obvious. Heidelberg doesn't like it, but I think everybody in the gym saw it roll right off the knee of Riley Gossam. So we'll get some more changes. Now it's Drew Panning, Guerrero Howard, Reynolds Jr., Riley Gossam, and Manny Hill. So Harden will get a break. It's Reynolds to pass it in for the Jackets. Hamilton with it. Now up to Reynolds. Ellington playing big minutes. Hasn't sat here yet in the second half. Reynolds with it. One-on-one with Riley Gossam. Reynolds, right-handed layup. Pure. 19 points for Miles Reynolds. And the lead is back to 10 with under 9:30 to go here in this second half. Guerrero Howard with it. Driving, step back, thought about it, fake. Still working down low, off into the hands of Postello. Jackets get the ball. Reynolds with it. Griffith was there on the right wing. They pass it up. Hamilton there. Now they'll go to Griffith, and now they'll reset to Hamilton on the right wing. Hamilton trying to go to work on Gossam. Down low to Griffith, almost threw it away. And he was. It hit his foot, a mishandled pass from Hamilton to Griffith. And that goes right back into the favor of Heidelberg. 66-56. Drew Panning checks out. Eric checks back in. 66-56, 9 minutes to go in this second half. Reynolds Jr. with it. Over to Hill. Hill down low to Eric Panning. He just stops and pops at the at the side and drills it. He's got 16, 30 combined from him and Harden. The lead back to 8. The Knights got it to 7. That was the lowest they got it. Reynolds over to Postello. Postello looking for Ellington. He's been somewhat quiet. Had 2 threes to start. Hasn't been hot since. Reynolds, Hamilton, corner. Thought about the three. Still over there in that corner. Hamilton, they just leave him open in the left corner, and he says, why not? He had 3 threes, give him a 4th one. Now going quick are the Knights. Guerrero drives, Howard layup, no good. Rebound goes to Panning, ball's on the floor. Ball rolls out. They say it was off the hands of the Knights. Hamilton was there. He didn't want to grab it. His foot was out of bounds. The lead, no, back to 11 for the Jackets. 8:14 to go. And I've always said with under 10 minutes to go in the second half, you're officially on upset watch. Heidelberg is officially on upset watch. They're down 11. I'm sure I just jinxed it, though. Inbound coming from Nichols. He gets it in. Layup just comes from Riley Gossam. He was grabbed on the shot, and smart instincts to just throw it up. Riley Gossam will head to the free throw line. The foul goes against Ray Ellington, only his second. Again, not a real big foul game. We'll check the numbers on Riley Gossam. He's shooting just 57% from the free throw line. Only been there 7 times, shooting 4 for 7 from the line this year. Gossam, first one is up off the left iron. No good. We'll get a sub. It'll be Baskerville. He'll check out Ellington. There's 8:12 left on this clock. We'll wait to see how long. I would not imagine Ellington will sit very long. 11-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Gossam at the line missed his first. Just a 50% free throw shooter on the year. Gossam's second one. Good. He's got a point. And the lead is back to 10. (69-59). The closest they got it was in the 7. Griffith, Postello, Reynolds, Baskerville, and Hamilton, the 5 for the Jackets. Baskerville in the right deep corner. Press lightens up. Baskerville across the timeline. 8 minutes left here in this second half. The Yellow Jackets up 10. And you got to imagine they want a bucket on every possession. Griffith now back to Baskerville. 10 on the shot clock. Baskerville thought about it. Baskerville, another great pass. Griffith, right corner 3, good. Andrew Griffith, he's 2 for 2 from 3 land, and it's 72-59, the lead back to 13. Baskerville has 13 assists tonight. Johnson Nichols with it. They go to Hill. Hill has some space, now working on Reynolds. Cross-court pass into the corner, driving, layup. Defense was there. Great defense from Andrew Griffith, just hands up. Heidelberg wanted the foul. They didn't get it. 72-61. 7:10 left on this second half clock. Baskerville driving, stopping, almost had it stripped. Corner, Hamilton wide open in no man's land. 3-ball, no good. But rebound falls right into the hands of Griffith. They are still leaving Hamilton open. Left wing 3, in and out for Braden Hamilton. Rebound goes into the hands of Johnson Nichols. Up 11 are the Jackets. 6:50 left in the second half. Johnson Nichols working down low on Reynolds. Foul, shot, no good. They get Reynolds. His hands were straight up. He's wondering what he did. That'll be his 3rd. And Ray Ellington getting a much-needed rest. He's been out for at least about a minute 10. We'll get a timeout here. So it'll be Johnson Nichols that will head to the line. He is already 4 for 4 from the free throw line today. And the Knights are down 11 with 6:47 to go in this first half. The last 3 times these two teams played, Heidelberg took it away all 3 times. Looking to change that today, and again, they've already played Heidelberg at Heidelberg earlier this year on January 8th, just last month, and lost 92-81. Take a look at the other games going on around today. The only other game going on right now, Ohio Northern at Wilmington, and Ohio Northern up on that last place Wilmington team, 51-33, 13:30 left in the second half there. Teams come back out of the huddles, 6:47 left on the clock. Jackets up 11. Johnson Nichols will be at the line. Reynolds has 3 fouls, so as this clock dwindles down, he's got to watch himself just a little bit more. He's fine right now. Nichols is 4 for 4 from the free throw line today, shooting 78% on the season. First one off the front iron and in. He's got 11. Harden checks back in. The lead has been cut to 10. Remember, the Knights have cut it to 7, no more than that. Johnson Nichols rolls in. He's got 12. The lead cut back to 9. Ellington back in alongside Reynolds, Costello, Hamilton, and Baskerville. Hill was grabbing Baskerville. They got it. And that is just the 3rd foul. And that is the first team foul in this second half by the Knights. Just playing phenomenal defense, even though they're down. Baldwin Wallace is playing better offense. Baskerville with it. Left him at the top of the key. 3 straight away. Good. Titus Baskerville, the 4th, has 8. And the lead is back to 12. 75-63. Hill driving on Reynolds. Reynolds got to be careful down low. Smoked the layup. Rebound goes into the hands of Johnson Nichols. Tom Heil is mad. Hill left open in the corner. Rebound goes to Reynolds. Fighting for it. Gets it. Numbers ahead. Ellington and Reynolds. Reynolds. Ellington. Step back 3 from Ray Ellington in the corner. No good. Rebound goes into the hands of Zane White. And here come the Knights. Harden, a great strip from Baskerville. They call a foul. Baldwin Wallace doesn't like it, but Baskerville shakes his head. Yeah, I got him. It almost looked like Baskerville got away with the tip, but they get him for it. That'll be Baskerville's 2nd, and it will send Harden to the line for 2. He has yet to be at the free throw line today, but he's no stranger of it. 82% at the line. That's not a bad number from your starting point guard. 75-63, a 12-point lead. It's a 1-on-1 opportunity. First one goes in. And again, the Jackets already at 17 fouls, so the rest of the way this Knights team, will be in the bonus. Harden with 15 after the first free throw make. Down 11. Second one. Good. He's got 16. Inbound goes to Baskerville. Under 6 to go. Baskerville across the timeline. Screen from Costello comes. Baskerville still with it now. Will reset to the top of the key. 75-65. 5:35 left. Baskerville thought about the 3. Drives. Baskerville left-handed layup. No good. Rebound goes into the hands of the Knights. Manny Hill up ahead. No one can catch him. And the lead's cut to 8. Manny Hill with 9 second half points. 75-67. Reynolds. In the left wing, they hand it off to Costello. Costello keeps it. Costello wants Ray Ellington. They get it to Ellington. Ellington's been quiet here in the second half. They shut him down. Ellington, 1 step, drive in, no good. Rebound goes to the Knights. Here comes Elijah Harden, Harden with it. Down low, trying to work on Reynolds, and Reynolds gets a hand in there and strips it away. That was Baskerville. Under 5 to go. It's 75-67. Officially in clutch time, under 5 minutes, 75-67. Knights on the inbound. Alley-oop to Drew Panning. It's not what you want to draw up out of the play. Ellington one-on-one. Ellington layup, drive, and 1 for Ray Ellington. He's got 24 points, a chance to make it 25. A big bucket for the man. The lead back up to 10 with 4:52 left in the second half. 6 threes for Ray Ellington. He's got 24 on the night. Hasn't been to the line yet today. Ellington on the and 1. Got it. 25 points for Ray Ellington. The junior is having himself a day. Johnson Nichols with it. Into the corner to Hill. He's had the hot hand here in the second half for this nice team. Down low to Panning. One-on-one with Costello. Panning, layup, no good, but made him earn it. He'll head to the free throw line. It's Griffith who picks up his second foul. But Eric Panning will head to the line. He made one of his free throws, or excuse me, he's 2 for 4. (78-67), down 11. First one from Panning is good. He's got 17. He's the leading scorer tonight for this nice team. Hardin's got 16. A 10-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Panning has a chance to cut it to 9. They still have yet to cut it under 7. The 7-point mark is the best they've gotten it to. Up 10. Free throw off the back iron. Rebound goes to Reynolds. Up 10. 4:30 to go in this second half. Reynolds with it. He's got 19. Reynolds still with it. Corner. Baskerville open. Kicks. Ellington got the defender to move. Ellington drives. Reverse layup. Oh, beautiful move. Ray Ellington has 27 points. The up and under reverse. And it's a 12-point lead with 4:10 to go in the second half. Handoff goes to Hardin. He's got 16. Hardin driving. Ball stripped. They're going to call a foul. Braden Hamilton can't believe it. And it did look like he got him on the arm from here. It didn't look like he was in the motion of shooting, so this will be 1-and-1 for Hardin. He's got 16. He made 2 earlier. Still up 12 with 4:01 to go left in this second half. Tom Heil trying to question the call and just says forget it. Hardin, shot, good. He's got 17 points, and it's an 11-point lead for the Jackets, 80-69. 4:01. Hardin, second free throw, good. 18 points for Hardin. We'll get a timeout and the lead back to 10. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in. 4 minutes left. Your Yellow Jackets up 10. And the man who has done it all this game, Ray Ellington, 6 threes, 27 points. Hamilton's got 12. Reynolds has 19. I don't have the updated numbers. I believe Baskerville has 13 assists. A Baskerville bucket would give him a double-double with points and assists. He was dishing in that first half. So it's 80-70. Again, we looked at the upcoming schedules. Both teams are in for it for the next 5 games and the last 5 games of each season. Heidelberg in a much better position. They can lose one here or there, but it's mainly the winning for them in terms of seeding. Baldwin Wallace, on a different hand, they're 4-8. They have pretty much got to win out, which will be somewhat tough. They're going to get a nice win against Muskingum on last Saturday. They're up 10 here today. Looking good so far. We'll see if that pans out, though. So the teams will come back out of the huddles. It's a 10-point lead for this Yellow Jacket team that has just played exceptional all day long. Inbound will come from Ellington, and he'll get it in to Baskerville. Hill closely on him. We're under 4 minutes to go. 10-point lead for the Jackets. Screen comes from Griffith. Baskerville, now they go to the man. Ellington back to Baskerville. Baskerville one-on-one, top of the key. Just trying to wind down that clock as much as they can. Baskerville with it. Still 6 on the shot clock. Baskerville, left-handed layup, no good. Ellington was there, almost was able to put it back. Wasn't able to fall. 3:30 to go, up 10. Johnson Nichols with it. Nichols driving, layup, good. He's got 14. And the lead is 8 with 3:20 to go. The ball is in the hands of Ray Ellington. Ellington with Johnson Nichols closely on him. Pass to Reynolds. A cluster over there on the right wing. They get it out of her. Hamilton. 3 minutes left on the clock. They hands it off to Baskerville. 10 on the shot clock. Got to go. Baskerville. Crisscross. Baskerville. 5 on the shot clock. Got to do something. Baskerville still with it. Baskerville. Spin. Fake. Jump. Shot. Good at the buzzer. Titus Baskerville. A timeout with the Jackets. And there you have it. Titus Baskerville has a double-double with points and assists. He has had a phenomenal night. 18 points for Hardin, 17 for Eric Panning, and 14 for Markel Johnson. Nichols, Manny Hill, is behind him with 9, and all of those points have come in the second half. We look at the Baldwin Wallace side of things. It's Miles Reynolds. He's shooting 3 for 4 from 3, 8 of 11 from the field. He's got 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and those 19 points. 27 points from Ray Ellington. He's got 5 rebounds. He's 1 for 1 from the line, 60% from the 3. He's 6 for 10, and he's 10 of 17 from the field. Baskerville has 13 assists, 10 points, 13 assists, a double-double for Titus Baskerville, the 4th in a game where they needed a great game out of all 5 starters. Braden Hamilton has been there. He's got 4 threes. He's got 12 points. Postello had 4 huge buckets on the run they went on early in the first half. He's got 8. All 4 of those, by the way, given to him by Baskerville. Reynolds with that big, huge start. He had back-to-back threes in the first 12 first-half points, and he's up to 19 now, 27 for Ellington. 6 for Griffith. He's had 2 big threes in the second half to keep the momentum going. .245 to go. It's an 82-72 game in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Johnson Nichols, left side on Ellington, trying to go to work down low. Ellington standing his ground. Ellington there, jumps, layup, no good. Rebound goes to Hamilton. And they'll slow it down with Baskerville. 2:30 left in the second half. Up 10 of the Jackets. Baskerville and the Jackets will just waste as much time as they can. Griffith, corner, Reynolds, wide open. He's been hot all night. 3, no good. Rebound goes to the Knights. Hill, fakes, layup, good, no good. He smoked it. Manny Hill smoked it. Rebound goes into the hands of Andrew Griffith fighting. And they're going to call a jump ball between Eric Panning and Andrew Griffith. All Andrew Griffith can do is smile. He says, possession is our way. And I'll get a little bloody for the win. 2:05 left in the second half. It's 82-72, and we'll get another timeout from Heidelberg. We went over the stats. We went over everyone and played again. Now, if this does pan out the way it's looking like it will, this is going to shake up the top of that conference a little bit, depending on what John Carroll does. If they win and Mount Union win, then we will no longer have a tie for that second place spot. It'll be Mount Union at 1, John Carroll at 2, Heidelberg at 3. They'd be 9-4. If Muskingum wins their next game, they would be 9-4 in that same spot. And remember, just this past Saturday, a big win for the Yellow Jackets at Muskingum. And now today, that momentum carrying into this game against Heidelberg. 2 back-to-back much-needed wins if you're a Yellow Jacket. And then again, it's all about finishing out the rest of this season. They go from today at Heidelberg, and they travel to Capital. You'd have to imagine with how they've been playing, that's a game they could win. Then they go away again to the team at the top, John Carroll. Could you drop that game? Maybe. Do you want to? Obviously not. And again, especially for playoffs, they've got to try to win out. Then they come for a home game against Wilmington, where they should win. That 3-9 Wilmington team, they're already down big in the second half. Today they're playing. They would move to 3-10. And then again, you've got to travel to that top team of Mount Union, where you were just obliterated at home. And you've got to think with a run that they're on, if they win today, they win Saturday, that's 2 big wins. You've got to imagine there's a little bit of revenge that you want to seek in that game against Mount Union. And then the last game on February 22nd, they travel to Marietta to take on that 4-8 conference squad. 2:05 left. The Jackets up 10. They have the ball on the inbound left side of your screen. Baskerville with 13-6. 6 threes from Ellington. Every one of those guys has had a huge night. They try to go deep to Griffith. Ellington gets it into Baskerville. Almost loses it. He's stuck in the corner, not where you want to be. Ellington loses it. Ball goes out of bounds. Knight's ball. That corner is not where you want to be, and they get stuck there. 2 minutes left in this second half. Knights down 10. 2 timeouts remaining from each team. Inbound from Johnson-Nichols goes to Panning. They go back to Johnson-Nichols. They got to go fast, down 10. Hill with it. He's had 9 second-half points, trying to work on Reynolds. Reynolds with those 3 fouls, trying to work down low. Reynolds just keeps his hands up, and that's all you can do as Manny Hill gets his 11th second-half point. Double team comes. Baskerville, they call a foul. Baskerville got trapped again. Almost another costly turnover. They'll call a foul. It'll be on number 0, Manny Hill. It'll be his second. The team's only third. So that is the only other thing. Heidelberg's got a lot of work foul-wise. They've got 4 more until Yellow Jackets are in the bonus. So it'll be Hamilton to pass it in. They get it into Baskerville. He's instantly doubled. They get it across to Reynolds. He's across the timeline. Corner to Griffith. You're just trying to waste time at this point. No need to put up any shot until it's the end of the shot clock. Baskerville with it. Up 8 are the Yellow Jackets. 82-74, minute 30, 15 on the shot clock. Double comes for Baskerville. He's trapped in that corner again, and they call another foul. Baskerville is getting hounded. They call it on, I believe it's going to be on Eric Panning. It'll be on Eric Panning, just his first. And hats off to this Knights team. They've done an incredible job not fouling all game. Baldwin Wallace 3 away from the bonus. Ellington to inbound. They get it to Reynolds on the right wing. He's triple teamed. Baskerville grabs it. He's fouled again. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. You've got to get your fouls anyways to try to put the Jackets into a free throw shooting form. That will go against Zane Lightwell. That'll be his second, team's 5th. A minute 22 now left on the clock. Hamilton to inbound. Gets it into Griffith. Away from the shot. Over to Baskerville. 15 on the shot clock. This is great time they can waste. Baskerville. Reynolds. Corner to Hamilton. Saved it. Watched himself from going out of bounds. Back to Reynolds. Top key Baskerville. Under 10. Baskerville. Now you got to go and get a shot up. Baskerville. Almost lost it and does. Hill with it. 2 on 3. Hill gets past Reynolds. Reynolds takes the foul. And Manny Hill will head to the line for the first time tonight. They are down 8. They cut it to 7. It has not been below that. A chance to finally get below the 7 mark and get it to 6 with a minute 2 left. That foul goes against Reynolds. First one for Hill, no good. A free throw that they needed, he doesn't get it. Pastella will check in for Griffith. So they will not be able to cut it to under 7. Hill, second free throw, good. He's got 12. Hamilton, 2-on-1. Hamilton will just do the smart thing and will wait. He's doubled now, got to get rid of it. Hamilton to Ellington. Ellington loses it. 82-75, it's a 7-point game, under a minute to go. Harden, left wing, got to make something happen fast. Harden driving on Hamilton. Harden, layup, good. Timeout from Heidelberg. It's a 5-point game. This is the lowest it's been for the Yellow Jackets. Harden gets it to go. He's got 20. 46 seconds left. You're up 5. There's not many ways you can screw this up. You've just got to have great ball protection, and you've got to take care of that ball coming down the floor. The Jackets are running into so many double teams, leading to so many bad passes, and they're panicking from there on out. Baskerville's gotten bailed out a few times with fouls, but Hamilton just threw one away, and they threw it away earlier on that other one, allowing that leading to the Manny Hill foul. If Hill had drained that other free throw, it'd be just a 4-point game, but it's a 5-point game. Still 2 possessions. That's where you want to keep it if you're a Yellow Jacket, and Coach Tom Heil has got to draw up a play here that leads to a basket here on this offensive end. You've got to try to push this to 7. Then you're at least a 4 and a 3 away, and that's calling it lucky as it is. 46.2 left on this clock. the scoring side of things for the Knights. Hardin's got 20, 17 for Eric Panning, 14 for Johnson Nichols. Hill has 12, and those are all in the second half. He's been crucial in this trying to come back for this Heidelberg team. Lightwine has 6. Guerra Howard has 2 on the side of the Jackets. 19 for Reynolds, 27 for Ellington, 10 for Baskerville, 6 for Griffith, and 12 for Braden Hamilton. And you've got to imagine you've got to get the ball into the hands of your star. You've got to get it to Ray Ellington. Reynolds will be the man to inbound. Costello and Hamilton on the front. Baskerville and Ellington on the backside. Here we go. 46 seconds left. They get it into Baskerville. Get some space across the timeline, able to get it across. The double comes, still has it, now doubled in the corner, almost out of bounds. And Baskerville calls a timeout. They are able to get it into the front court, each team with a timeout. That is a great play by Titus Baskerville. He didn't step out. I thought they were going to call it. He clearly wasn't out from here, and he's able to call the timeout. So you're up 5. You've got 39 seconds left on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Your ideal play here, if you're the Yellow Jackets, is to waste all 24. But even right there, Baskerville runs down this right sideline and runs right into 3 Knights. Now, again, you've got the timeout, and again, you still got one more if you need to burn it. But if you're the Yellow Jackets, you'd like to save that timeout for worst-case scenario at the end of this game. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, 50-30 at the halftime. Heidelberg has just battled and battled back into this game. They are not going anywhere, and it's just a 5-point game. It had been 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the longest time. Just in the last 2 minutes, Heidelberg's been able to cut this down to just 5 points. And it's an 82-77 game. Refs will disperse. Buzzer sounds. The teams will come out of the huddle. We've seen minutes from McClarty and Richardson. They haven't done much. Costello had those 8 first-half points. He's been quiet here in the second half. And Ellington with those 16 first-half points. He's got 11 here in the second half. He's slowed down, but really hasn't slowed down. They just keyed in on him defensively. So now you get to pass the ball in from not at least on your opposite end. Hamilton will be the trigger man on the close sideline to us. And you've just got it. And again, Hamilton's got to remember that you've got this timeout. Again, worst case scenario. You don't want to burn it here on the inbound, but you can if you need to. Hamilton, the inbound man. He'll trigger it. Got to get it in. They go to Baskerville. They get it in. Here comes the double. Baskerville still doubled. Over to Griffith. Griffith with it now. Or Costello, Costello. Then they call a foul. That's foul number 6. Costello will come out. Griffith will come in. 32 seconds left and now 20 on the shot clock. Again, just got to keep getting this ball in. You're up 5. You lost by 11 last time you played this team. You haven't beaten them in 3 games. Hamilton trying to get it in. Got to go somewhere. They go backcourt to Reynolds. A great pass. Here comes the double to Reynolds. Reynolds from behind doesn't see him. Reynolds gets it, and they foul Reynolds. So now Miles Reynolds will head to the free throw line, and these are very, very crucial free throws. It'll be 1-and-1 for Miles Reynolds. Reynolds shooting just 72% on the year, and these are some of the bigger free throws of the season, without a doubt, for Miles Reynolds, and it's 1-and-1. Even a free throw made here would make it a 2-possession game even more. It would be a 6-point lead. 28 seconds. Reynolds, free throw. Good. Pure. 20 points for him. 47 points combined for Ray Ellington and Miles Reynolds. Gets the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll now go to the back end. Up 6. Going up 7 would be probably the dagger. But again, this Heidelberg team has not stopped fighting. Reynolds, free throw, good. He's got 21 points, and it's a 7-point game. Here comes Hill quick. Backcourt violation, a huge mistake if you're Heidelberg. Hill was up, looked back, and the back foot of Johnson Nichols was across the half-court line. A crucial mistake for the Knights. And if that free throw set wasn't the dagger for the Reynolds and for the Jackets, then that had to have been the dagger. All Hamilton has to do is get this ball in bounds, and they're going to foul right here again, and Reynolds will head back to the free throw line. A crucial mistake by the Knights. Manny Hill just wasn't aware that Johnson Nichols hadn't made it across yet. Manny Hill, the junior from Cleveland Heights, Ohio. It's going to sting watching that one back on film. Miles Reynolds back to the line for a 1-and-1. Still 2 fouls away from the double bonus. Reynolds, first free throw, false. He's got 22 points. 49 of the 85 points combined coming from Reynolds and Ellington. Free throw good. 50 points for the two. Ellington with 27. Reynolds with 23. Ball was knocked out of bounds. It will remain with the Knights. 22 seconds left on the clock. You're up 9. Ball's touched. Clock will start. Got to go fast if you're the Knights. Johnson Nichols driving, layup, good. And we'll get a timeout from the Knights. That is the last timeout for Heidelberg. It's back to a 7-point game. Those 2 points go to Johnson Nichols. He's got 16. And what a battle this has been. It looked like it was going to be a blowout here in the first half. (86-79), 17 seconds left. And what a job by this Yellow Jacket team. They have played incredible basketball. There's points you could pick out, sure. The last 4 or 5 minutes weren't pretty, but the last 4 or 5 minutes of any basketball game is never pretty, especially when it's this close. So credit to the Jackets for staying keyed in, and a great job by Ray Ellington, 27 points. Alongside the Reynolds 23, 50 of the 86 points coming from those two. Buzzer sounds, refs disperse, and here come the Knights. Down 7. Hamilton with those 3 big threes in the first half. He was great in the momentum. And again, Andrew Griffith, he's only got 6, but he had 2 threes along the line of when Heidelberg started to come back that kept Yellow Jackets in this run and allowed them, to remain and keep this lead. 86-79, Hamilton, they'll send 4 deep. Now Reynolds will come back. They get it into Reynolds, and they tip it. Johnson Nichols had tipped it out, and it looked like it was going to go out of bounds on Johnson Nichols, but I think it hit Braden Hamilton's leg. We'll see. They're going to review this. I think this is going to go in the favor of the Knights, and they only wasted a second. I believe it hits Hamilton's leg on the way out. 86-79, 16.1. As we wait to see the call, the review. Again, the call after the ball was out of bounds was Yellow Jacket basketball. If that will remain, again, they're judging it off a huddle camera. So you take that as you will, determining if they can overturn this or not.
After review, the play on the floor stands as called a Yellow Jacket ball.
It'll remain Yellow Jacket basketball, but man, I'm announcing the game. I'll keep it at that. 86-79, 16.1 left. So the Jackets catch a break. Hamilton will be the trigger man. Trying to get it to Baskerville. No one there. They get it to Ellington. Ellington in the backcourt. He's doubled, and then they'll foul Ellington. Gets wrapped around by Johnson Nichols. That'll be his second foul of the day. So Ellington will head to the line. He's got 27. It is still a 1-1. They're one foul away, from the double bonus. Ellington, first free throw, good. He's got 28 points, 16 in the first half, 12 here in the second half. 87-79. Ellington, second free throw, good. He's got 29 points. What a monster night from Ray Ellington. The night's 10 seconds on the clock. They got to go quick. Nichols, Harden, deep three, good. Wow. Elijah Harden, a desperation three, and they'll get it into Baskerville and foul him. Harden will get 23 on the night. 6 seconds left. You're down 6. And a technical foul was also just called on the Heidelberg bench. Someone must have said something the referee didn't like.
Technical foul called on the Heidelberg bench.
It was one of those assistant coaches on the Heidelberg bench. So now Reynolds will shoot 1 plus the 2 he was fouled on. A lot of confusion on the Heidelberg bench. Reynolds, free throw, drops. He's got 24. What a big night from this duo. One more for Reynolds. No good. So Reynolds shot the 2 technical free throws, made 1, missed 1. It's a 7-point lead, and now we'll get Baskerville's free throws. And this is double bonus territory. So he's got 2 no matter what. He's got 10. Baskerville, first one, good. He's got 11. 90-82, an 8-point lead for this Yellow Jackets team. Baskerville, second one, drops. He's got 12, 6 seconds left. 91-82, a 9-point lead. Will it stay that way? Johnson Nichols, 3, buzzer, good, got it. 0.8 on the clock. Nichols won with 19, and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will walk away with a much needed win. What a game played by this Baldwin Wallace team. A huge upset. And if you're a Mount Union or John Carroll fan, you're smiling and you're thanking this Baldwin Wallace team, but what a performance from the double duo of Miles Reynolds and Ray Ellington. 29 from Ray Ellington, 24 from Miles Reynolds. 6 threes from Ellington, 3 from Reynolds. Baskerville had 1. That's 10. 4 more coming from Hamilton. That's 14. 2 more coming from Griffith. That's 16 threes. And boy, did they need every bit of it as they are able to close out against Heidelberg 91-85. The Yellow Jackets have pulled off the upset. The Jackets will come back to the Lou Higgins Center one more time to take on Wilmington as Heidelberg walks out defeated. What a big win for this Yellow Jacket team. My name is Spencer Terry. Thank you for joining me, and have a great night. Go Yellow Jackets, 91-85. Ellington, the MVP of the game, 29 points. So long, and have a great night.